Okay, so get this. As I was coming down here into Philadelphia on the Market Frankfurt line, I looked beside me after picking up some of my trash, and what would I find but this? Yes, I found this knife, which is actually still working pretty functionally on the Market Frankfurt line. Only in Philly. Hey guys, what's up? We're just sitting out here having some Sonic drive-thru. I'm with my pal Dante, aka Nostra Dante.
Yes, the Nostra Dante. Hey, I'm popping up in everyone's videos lately. I was in my cousin's video yesterday.
So we're just out here, just relaxing a bit, getting some food, and pretty personal topic I want to bring up is the idea of video games, more specifically the concept of the video game revivals of franchise and how they definitely do help the industry itself. Because as you may know, last month, toward the end of last month, the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Yes, which I'm currently playing and streaming right now on Twitch.
And it's awesome, and people have been long awaiting for this sequel forever.
Over 10 years. Like, come on now, seriously.
Yeah, and I'm personally excited for next month when Devil May Cry 5 finally comes out, because that also been in the waiting for just nearly 10 years for nearly a follow-up from Devil May Cry 4, and let's not mention how DMC Devil May Cry kind of threw a wrench in a lot of that stuff.
Oh, I mean, Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry?
Redundant? Yeah. But it seems that in the last few years that not only like finally follow-ups to sequels long awaited have been made, but also it seems some remakes or remastering, such as also recently the Resident Evil 2 remastered game, which I've heard people say is very well done and makes it a lot more playable than the original. And of course the remasterings of the Crash trilogy, Crash Bandicoot, as well as Spyro the Dragon, which also been getting some praise reviews, because it seems that when it comes to remastering or finally getting a follow-up to the long-awaited sequel, it seems that they've been fairly doing pretty well for themselves. And I just want to discuss why that may be. Like, why would fans be so attracted to this? Could it just be like for nostalgia, or?
That's definitely one thing, but I think that and I know this sounds like an immoral thing, but I think it's just really clever, is that we want our stuff now. And the thing is, when they make us wait, if you're a loyal fan, like for example, let's just use Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry, two very big, important franchises. We've been waiting for these games for almost 10 years. How many people flat out just said, nope, I don't care anymore, I quit on it? No. Every year they're like, I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait for it to come out. And the developers are just scheming in the back. They're like, oh yeah, we got something for you guys. And we're going to keep throwing little teasers at you like every so often, like every 5 years. Hey, we just found out there's a new character. Hey, we're going to throw a new boss in here. Hey, Dante's got a new style. Hey, the Heartless are going to do this now. You know, and then the game will come out for another 3 years and we're still waiting. We're still like, oh my God, I got my Kingdom Hearts fix. So in the middle of that, what they do is, and this is really clever, like for example, with Kingdom Hearts, once again, you got Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, right? But think about all the other crap in the middle of it. Chain of Memories, Birth by Sleep, 358 over 2 days, Coded, Dream Drop Distance. They're all like dotted.
There's so many like 1.5 and 2.5.
Yeah, you got 2.8. You got the 1.5 final mix that just came out. What was it, about a year or two ago on PlayStation 4. Which I bought, you know, because some people need catching up, because they're like, hey, we know how confusing the story is. We're going to have you guys catch up, but we're going to make the graphics better. We're going to throw in more stuff. We're going to give you guys the Japanese version in America. So that gives us our Kingdom Hearts fix. Did they remaster some of the Devil May Cry games? Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, they did They get a remastered trilogy.
Yep. There you go.
Made on like the PS3 like a couple years back.
Yep.
And I mean, I was able to get to finally play Devil May Cry 4 by getting it on the PlayStation Network on my PS4. I still have to work towards completing that before the new one comes out. But for me personally, since I couldn't play most of the Devil May Cry games, I actually followed along with the storylines on YouTube when I got the chance, and, I personally loved it because, it just has a type of charismatic, badass dude, Dante, and all of his other...
Not this Dante, I don't kill demons.
And all these other types of characters along with it. It just has a nice, very stylized, European feel to it. And it just gives it all... It just has a lot of oomph to it. And like I said, you do have a point. They kind of teasing you a lot of things and going about, did you constantly keeps us waiting.
It's like foreplay, man. It's like they're giving you a little bit of foreplay with these little games and remasters and full HDs and all of this stuff before they give you to the grand finale of Devil May Cry 5 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Actually, oh yeah, a little bit about Crash. They're remaking, in case you guys don't know, they're going to do Crash Team Racing again. It's like the Nitro version, so it's going to be updated graphics, new characters, new tracks, but it's still going to have the same stuff as the original. So it makes me wonder, are they going to be coming out with a new Crash game or something, or a new Spyro or something? Another crossover, because I know they had a crossover before. They're up to something. They're bringing this stuff back, but I think it just it keeps the gaming industry alive, because some of us don't have our old consoles anymore. Is or they're broke. I have PS2 games, but my PS2s, as far as my consoles, they're just busted, and I also have the Sega Genesis collection on my PS4, and I do have a Genesis. I'm just too lazy to freaking go and dust it off right now. But they know that, hey, we're still gonna throw in a couple of old games in there for you. We're going to make a couple of extra bucks, put in a little compilation, throw in some little goodies and whatnot, keep you guys busy, and we're happy. We're simultaneously happy to please, and we're also picky. I think when it comes to new games, we're horrifically picky, but if you can give us some old games to keep us distracted, we're fine. I'll still play Streets of Rage 2 right now. I can go home right now and play Streets of Rage 2 as if I never played it before.
Yeah, I also feel as though with some games, it comes to a point of we do like playing the classic stuff, but we also like to be introduced to something new. Mm-hmm. That's always what I found to be a tricky scenario, to have something that feels brand new but still familiar, as opposed to something that is just like the last time, and so there's no really change in variations. Because what I notice, with a lot of people's complaints with the DMC Devil May Cry, calling that version of Dante Dante, which is, I guess I can understand. There was, me personally, when I played it, I just liked it because of the gameplay and the music. I didn't care about the dialogue or the story, because it was, piss poor and nothing like DMC. But gameplay-wise and music-wise, I actually found it to be very functional and kind of enjoyable. Now, I'm not saying I enjoyed the entirety of the game itself. I just feel like a lot of people just really just didn't like it because they completely rebooted Dante out of his charm and completely told a different news, a wrongful story, and just had a really bad dialogue from it. And that, again, I can understand. But it just comes to the fact that it shows that a lot of gamers have hold a lot of heart and endearment toward the original stuff, and that's, again, why people are also very hesitant when hearing about the word reboot or reimagine, because it always scares them from thinking, oh crap, what is going to happen to something I truly love? Again, that idea itself is not bad, but that's for a topic for another day. But what I do love when they finally revealed DMC 5 to the masses is that they're referring to that DMC is back, and they understanding what they hear from all the complaints of the fans. And I do personally understand from a gameplay mechanic wise that there's only so many times in which you can make a game focusing on Dante. And that's why they split it between Dante and Nero and this new character called V or 5. some weird imagery with a book. Apparently,
I have to check.
I have to check that out. But yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, like trying to get something new and familiar, but having like something change with DMC5, adding a new mechanic with Nero's arm now being like swap out for some new different arm types. That I do see as a pretty revitalizing way of fighting mechanics, so it makes it something different. And so I feel like when it comes to making something new to reboot to recharge a franchise out from the grave, it's all a matter of finding ways to still make it fresh and different while still having those familiar feels. It's just like Mega Man 11, because I really enjoyed Mega Man 11 because
it's very faithful.
Very faithful to how much of the difficulty and platforming goes, but it helps out with the new mechanic of the gear change, getting speed and power gears, so again, you don't feel like you have no advantage to it at all, aside from, turning down difficulty. Which I considered after facing the Yellow Devil, because no matter what era, that Yellow Devil is just...
Oh my god.
Ungodly.
Why? I hate that stupid thing. I mean, that's a whole
But that's the thing, like, it's still faithful to the original.
It's still faithful, yeah. So, I mean, like, as much as we hate that stupid thing, it's like, oh my god, it's the Yellow Devil! I hate that thing. But oh my god, it's the Yellow Devil.
Just like, what's that character now people referencing to in Resident Evil 2 that's always following him and he just kills you from behind or something like that?
Are you talking about Mr. X?
Yes.
That showed up? Yeah. Because he as far as I know, he was the prototype to Nemesis from Part 3. So they figured, well, people love Resident Evil 2. It was considered one of the best Resident Evil games out there because it's that... Like the story, and it's that healthy mesh of survival horror. It really emphasized the whole survival horror thing. So why not take the best part of 3, because people really love Resident Evil 3 because of Nemesis, and really apply it to Mr. X since he was the prototype of the Nemesis anyways, or a form of him, and throw it in there with the new game mechanics. And everyone I've talked to that has played that game, Mr. X is like one of the top topics. I don't hear about William Birkin too much, and I don't hear about the G creatures too much, and now I'm getting a little bit off topic, just real quick, but you hear about Mr. X. But this is another example of, they brought back a game from the franchise. I mean, they could have picked Code Veronica. They could have remastered 4.
I liked 4.
Yeah, I loved 4. But 2 was their pick. I'm not sure if it was because of fans or they just saw something into that they could really mess with. Plus, Leon is just like, even though Chris was like one of the first main protagonists, Leon has really touched everyone's heart. So it was like, we're gonna pick 2, Leon's first adventure. And throw some Mr. X, Nemesis type stuff in there, update the graphics, get that atmosphere going. I watch people play it, I'm like, whoa, this is kind of, man, like, this would give you some nightmares. I mean, like, I was watching somebody play, all of a sudden I hear, rah! And there's a freaking zombie, and I'm like, what? I mean, you didn't really get that in Part 2, like, on the original. You heard some moaning and stuff, but now that you got all these updated graphics and everything, and trust me, Capcom knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing with this. I mean, after they flopped with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, that was a flop. In comparison to Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Tekken 7, no one talks about.
And that. Injustice 2.
And Injustice, no one talks about Infinite. Sometimes these revivals, because people will wait for another Marvel vs. Capcom type game, sometimes these revivals, they can flop, and Infinite was one of them. I mean, how many people are talking about Ultron Sigma right now? Nobody. Nobody's talking about Ultron Sigma right now.
I think that mostly flopped due to the fact that a lot of the errors it made, such as having some poorly rendered faces, having to give up a lot of X-Men characters for the sake of a story mode.
About that weird Chun-Li face that they had,
and the weird Dante face too. Apparently.
Oh my god, why'd they do that?
Yeah, but it could have potential, but they just missed the mark. I mean, I was excited for it, but then after seeing some gameplay, I was like, maybe not.
They made a 2v2. I mean, 3v3 was like, I mean, even though that wasn't
I still have the arcade stick for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it's like, I still find that to be much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fighting game guy, So there are rare cases I do play, but when I do like the 3 versus 3 model. It's just one of my favorite. That's why I like Dragon Ball FireZ, even though I suck at it. But in any case, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, like I said, the exclusion of the X-Men, that was a big blow. People were like, yo, where's my Wolverine? What the hell? He's gone. Then you take away one character from each team. And then, the poorly rendered faces. There was something else it failed. I can't remember what it was. But whatever they were smoking at that time, they really dropped the ball with this game. And it's really unfortunate. Because, other than the faces, the game looks generally nice.
They had X. They finally included an X in the game alongside Zero. That should have been a seal. A sealed deal.
They dropped the ball somewhere. It's like, when the negatives start outweighing the positives, that's what happens. So once in a while, trying to reboot franchises or make continuations, make sequels and everything, it's risky business because we, the fans, we're going to compare to the past games. We're going to be like, all right, can this remain faithful to the past games, but throw in some new mechanics that I'm really going to enjoy? Right now, like, I'm going to use Kingdom Hearts 3 because that's what I'm playing right now. It has some flaws, but it's a pretty damn good game. It is quite faithful to the lore. But then again, they've done retcon so many goddamn things. It's hard to tell now. But you see familiar faces. The world, some of the old worlds look much better. The voice acting is on point. The music never disappoints. I can't think of one Kingdom Hearts game that has terrible music. So I am really pleased with Kingdom Hearts 3. That is they marketed that game really well, especially the new worlds. Toy Story. People, who doesn't like Toy Story? Toy Story. Frozen's in there.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of these movies I have not seen. I actually have not seen Big Hero 6, and this game makes me want to see it.
Oh, I have the Steelbook. It's amazing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I want to. Come on. I can't believe I even missed that.
It's pretty much the most Marvel-filled superhero Disney movie before, without having to have any reference to Marvel, except for Stan Lee. Stan Lee actually makes a cameo.
Oh shit! See, now I really gotta watch it. but you see, so like in games like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Devil May Cry 5, how they're marketed and they know what we want. They know that we got to get our fix, and they keep us teased with these little games in the middle. It's just great marketing. Once in a while, you get a flop like Infinite. So it's really just keeping the companies alive, keeping the gaming industry around. Plus, you got the streaming industry, which is so big. So when these games come out, Twitch is going to benefit. YouTube is going to benefit. Is it about the money? Yes, but you can tell when there's some heart and soul put into it, and when it's just a cash cow.
Right, and it clearly shows that a lot of remasterings also benefit pretty well because sometimes they also remind you just how difficult it was back when that your nostalgia might have blocked out. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it still reminds you that it's still fun to it. I again mostly play Crash Bandicoot at a friend's place since I didn't have like a PlayStation at the time. Mm-hmm. But I got a chance to get my own first PS4, and later down the line I got the Insane Trilogy. And I had a lot of fun with it because it just sparks back my nostalgia with all that music and all that charm. And like Uga Uga with the yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. And it just it just makes it very very pleasing to the mind. And some difficult controls and like fixed camera angles aside, it's still fun and enjoyable. And I've talked to a lot of friends who played the Spyro Reignited trilogy that just absolutely love the fact of all the new cleaned out graphics and just going through the worlds again as Spyro. And yeah,
plus you get to play as a freaking dragon.
True, like
Dragons are awesome.
Yeah. We both went to Drexel, and our mascot was a dragon. It's like, I don't care what other mascot you have, college. We have a dragon. We automatically win.
We have a dragon.
We win.
I don't care. Bring your chimeras and manticores and harpies. We got a freaking dragon. But that's pretty much what I got as far as video game franchises coming out. I'm a supporter. Some people don't like it. Some people say folks are getting bored. Companies are getting bored.
I don't personally believe that, because
I don't think so either.
Because you see so much of the talk on social media and on various different platforms like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that, and you see that people are loving these revivals, these final comebacks.
They're giving us what we want, basically. If you think about it.
Yeah, and essentially they also giving us some things we didn't think we knew we wanted, but we actually now that we have it, we actually enjoy it.
We subconsciously know what you want. We're gonna throw it at you. So, but yeah,
it all brings us top like what other revivals should there be? I heard you said you wanted to do have Twisted Metal come back.
Yes, we need a new Twisted Metal. We need a new... Hell, if y'all could go really old school and bring back Critical Depth, which was like the submarine version of Twisted Metal, into like the modern gaming age, that would be crazy. Yeah. So Single Track, or I forgot what the company is now, but all the people from Single Track, if you're listening to this, think about Critical Depth or Twisted Metal or something. For me, please make car combat famous again. Hell, if you could do a battle royale car combat, since battle royale is so popular now, and even though I'm not a big fan of it, but if there's like 100 cars with guns and missiles flying around just destroying shit, I think I would rock that game. So yeah, think about that.
I mean, like personally, like I vaguely remember hanging out with friends playing NBA Jam, and I've always wondered why haven't, like, with all these various generic carbon copy clones of like NBA title games, why can't they, try something different and give us a totally balls to the walls ridiculous NBA Jam revival? I mean, ones where you just fly up in the air and slam dunk giant explosions.
The balls on fire, the boom shakalaka, the whole court just crack. I won't even play sports games. I think I would play that just because it's like, dude, I just made like a 3-pointer and it blew up the whole arena. Like, that's freaking badass. I'll do it. But yeah, so I mean, make it happen, guys. Somebody make it happen, please. Especially Twisted Metal. Especially like 100 cars go around blowing each other up. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Not to mention, I think we got that Smash Brothers. Like they did, Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like they, instead of just at like
Piranha Plant.
Just not the fact that Piranha Plant, and besides, we still have plenty other announced DLC fighters. I'm still holding out on some hope. But the fact of the matter is that Smash Brothers Ultimate for Nintendo Switch, they brought back everybody. From Melee to Brawl to the fourth one with the 3DS and Wii U. They brought back everybody. Which even the carbon clones, the Echo Fighters. And it's just pretty much amazing. I mean, like, they had to trim back on other things, especially with making like a bit of a story mode battle with the World of Light. But honestly, I've had a blast just having fun trying to unlock all the characters. Because they always start you with just like the original, what was it, like 8?
Yeah, it was like 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah, original 8 from like the first Smash Brothers game. And then you down the line, you just unlock new characters. And that's all just part of the adventure, is just unlocking this huge, gigantic roster.
Yeah, put Sora in there. Watch what happens.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
One of the taunts is having Daffy Duck not heal you.
Oh, you mean Donald? Yeah. Oh my God.
Donald. Why did I say Daffy?
I don't know, man. Warner Brothers gonna be pissed.
But still, I love that's. As much as I don't play any Kingdom Hearts games, I feel like I should. But one of the things I love about that franchise is the fact that Donald Duck doesn't heal you.
He's gotten a little better in 3, but not by much. Not by much. I'll just do a summon and heal myself that way. But yeah, just I'm all for gaming revivals. I'm all for super sequel baiting. It keeps us entertained. We gamers know what we want. I hope we know what we want. Some gamers can't be pleased, but majority of us who are very faithful to the franchises, no matter what franchises it is, be it Devil May Cry, Kingdom Hearts, Super Smash Brothers, we know what we want. So I would suggest these game companies keep it up. Just please, by all means, keep it up. We'll buy remastered stuff. I don't care. I still play Resident Evil 5 to this day, even though that's like one of those hated ones. But I had so much fun with it.
I think later down the line, it was 6 that kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6 really took a dump. But 5, even though 5 wasn't scary at all, 5, that Mercenaries mode was just fun. I just did a video with Shizo Network, which is my cousin. live streaming. Of course, you get to hear me cursing at it because we lost a lot. We just sucked that night. But yeah, by all means, keep making HD versions, keep making compilations. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that is a way of helping to revitalize the system. New games to shake things up from different other franchises. That's fine too. That also helps the game industry. But as far as keeping other industries alive, like Mega Man, like Kingdom Hearts, like Resident Evil, and Devil May Cry, and Smash Brothers, it's all a matter of giving something familiar with giving something new to help balance that out and giving everything pleasing to the masses.
The masses of darkness.
You in the darkness again.
Oh man, that damn darkness! I'm telling you, that darkness.
Well, I think that's just about all for this vlog. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to check out my friend Dante here on his channel, where he does some commentary on video games and such.
Like, comment, subscribe, my buddy here. You know, more content to come. Hopefully you get to see me again. Well, you know, hopefully you will see me again.
Well, yeah. We have to do this more often.
Oh, yeah. I'll definitely have to bring my cousin, too, because, like I said, Shizzle Network, he does all this stuff, and he's really killing on YouTube right now. I'm very proud of him. He's even got some merch, so maybe one day we and you can get some merch, man. Just be as badass as he is and stuff. But,
all right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Oh, wait. Why don't we engage the guys, for the guys who've made it this long, and ask them a question. What do they think of, you know, gaming franchise revivals? What gaming franchises would you like to see?
Yeah, comment down below.
Yep, let's see it. I'll be on this video too, responding. So,
all right, we'll catch you guys later.
Adios.